skip the microphone. My name is Firefighter Mike Biancone. Sorry. Okay. Like the fire marshal said, we're here to present to you today a fire prevention program. And the most important thing about fire prevention is everyone's attitude towards fire safety. Look, if you have a good attitude towards fire prevention and you're aware of the dangers, you'll have a safer environment to live with. If your attitude towards fire is bad and fire prevention, you're not paying attention to alarms that go off or any other like the program, the residents in the building, you put not only yourself in danger, but everyone else who lives there with you. And that's a very important thing right now. The most important thing to worry about fire prevention and all is how to keep where you live, the residents themselves, safe. There's several different things we've talked about. One thing I'd like to show you is a video. Before I do that, I also want to explain that the fire department, their attitude has to constantly be very, very serious. And we constantly maintain a very serious attitude towards fire. If we come strolling in, and we hear an automatic fire alarm go off, as if it's nothing special going on, we're putting everybody at risk. Not only ourselves, but everyone here, and the occupants. So we come in here with a very serious attitude, because even if it's a false alarm, we can't play it like that. We have to take everything as very seriously and make sure everyone's safe. Not just yourselves, but ourselves as well. So the first thing I'd like to show you is a video we have here. I just want to show you how easily a fire can start in your own home, and also how quickly it can spread without proper attitude towards fire safety. Anyone over here, if you want to see the building go up in flames. I can't stress again the importance of everyone's attitude towards fire safety. A couple other things I'd like to talk to you about are common ways fire can occur in your home, and everyone, my associates here will talk about measures you can take against preventing that from occurring in your home. Okay, first thing I'd like to talk about is smoking materials. That fire you just saw in the video was to simulate what would happen if a cigarette was dropped in a chair. That's a very simple occurrence. You don't realize how easily that can happen. It's very important to pay attention to how you dispose of smoking materials, ashtrays, and lighters and matches as well. If any of you smoke, or anyone around that you know does smoke, make sure you dispose of your smoking materials, such as in ashtrays. Make sure you douse them with water, or at least let them cool, say overnight, before you dispose of them. Because if you would just drop your cigarettes and other smoking material in, for example, a waste can, the exact same thing can happen. Fire just really starts up from nothing when it smolders. You also want to watch when you're smoking in a chair or in bed. For example, like you saw in the video, you actually place it in a chair. The other building they shown that actually burned up, that happened when a space heater was next to a bed. Same thing can happen if you would drop a cigarette in bed and you were asleep. So you want to pay very, very close attention to all that. Another thing, if any of you have grandchildren who come to visit you, or great-grandchildren, you want to keep them away from cigarette lighters, matches. Children have a fascination with fire. I have nieces and nephews, and I've seen them try it before. Children are just fascinated by it. They want to see what it does. Don't let them play with that. They can carelessly drop something and place everyone in great danger without even realizing it. Another common cause around your home is cooking fires. You want to pay close attention. You want to watch what you're doing when you're cooking. You don't want to leave your cooking unattended. A lot of people do that. For example, the phone rings, the doorbell, or something happens, you just happen to walk away. You can have a fire start very quickly when you're cooking. Yeah, which brings up some other points here.
Thanks for everything.
A lot of people keep combustible materials, for example, paper towels or something on the range or around
around the oven or bread inside the oven. You don't want to do that. Keeping materials that can burn very easily near heat can also start fires. So you want to stay away from that. Just want to watch that. Same thing here with, for example, a towel and a pot holder. These here can burn very quickly. A lot of people, my mom still does it. She keeps these nearby the oven or on top of the stove range. And if she would accidentally turn one of the burners on, this stuff would go up very quickly and I could set the whole kitchen on fire. So I'm constantly looking for things like this here around. If any of you keep pot holders, towels, keep everything away from your oven. Once again, bread or anything inside the oven, but you don't want to do that. Bob's going to go over some more stuff in cooking fires a little later on. You also want to watch out, if you're cooking, you would have a small fire, if your clothing would catch on fire. You also want to watch out for that. It's very easy to put something like that out. The common method, I'm sure everyone has heard of stop, drop, and roll. Very simple process. If, for example, my shirt was catching on fire, I would just simply stop immediately, drop down to the ground, and roll around to smother out the flames. That there would put it out. If someone's around me and I'm having a problem, something very simple like a towel could also be put on. If I'm rolling around, Bob can help smother the flames on me by having it down with a towel. That there would also exclude the oxygen from the fire on your clothing and put out the flame. If your clothing were to catch on fire or you burn your hand or something, you want to put that under water immediately, on cool water, cool flame, and if necessary, get help. Another common occurrence for fires in your home is electrical fires. I don't know if any of you have space heaters or any other electrical appliances like that. You don't want to keep them near combustible materials. The building shown in the video was set on fire by a space heater being too close to the bed. Just the heat from that heater set the whole house on fire from igniting the bed, and it spread so quickly. So you've got to be very cautious of what you do inside your home. It can be a very dangerous situation without you even realizing it. Electrical cords, you don't want to plug too many into one outlet. That can also conduct enough heat to cause a similar process. So again, I urge you to be very careful inside your homes and pay attention to what you're doing in there. Microwaves is also another common occurrence. Anyone who will put metal inside a microwave can start a fire. It's very simple to do. A lot of people don't realize it. I've seen it happen at work. I've seen it happen at home. You might put a bowl in there with a spoon or a Pop-Tart, which has tinfoil and not even realize it, and that there can start the fire. So if you by accident put metal or something inside your microwave and it starts to spark, turn it off immediately. That would prevent a fire from occurring. Same thing with metal and foil inside your oven, or if your ovens are dirty, the residue in that can build up, and grease, when it hits heat, when it's exposed to heat, will start a fire inside your oven in the kitchen. So you want to make sure you have no combustibles on top of the ovens, inside the ovens. You want to make sure that everything's clean. It's very important to do that. Unfortunately, one occurrence that we cannot prevent from happening is intentional fires. It does happen. People do intentionally set things on fire. Someone may just, for some reason, light some paper on fire, light their room on fire. It happens all around. People set buildings on fire. There's nothing we can do to prevent that, except to make sure everyone keeps a good attitude towards everything and do what they can to keep themselves safe. So again, if you do hear an alarm go off in your building, don't just think it's somebody's cooking fire, or maybe you set it off yourself, or it could just be a false alarm. Take everything as serious as possible. You've seen how quickly a fire can spread in 2 minutes, and you don't want to be caught in that. I'm going to turn you over to Bob now, who's going to elaborate a bit more on some fire safety tips.
Up there.
Oh, yes, please.
Demonstrate for us in here how he did that with a towel.
Oh, sure. I'm sorry. I didn't see over there. Okay, let's